The Podcasting Dead is available on iTunes, Spotify, YouTube, and SoundCloud. Make sure to subscribe for more podcasts. And while you're at it, drop us a like. If you want to help support the channel and have access to extra content, secret contests, and more, make sure to search for us on Patreon. Patreon.com/thepodcastingdead.
Before this podcast begins, I need to interject that I am completely aware that multiple times I said Season 5 premiere or Season 5 of Fear the Walking Dead, okay? It's Season 6. I know I'm sleepy. It's Monday. Bear with me. Without further ado, here's the actual podcast. You've been warned. Damn, we are kind of excited. I'm Justin.
I'm JP.
And we're the Podcasting Dead, here to talk about Fear the Walking Dead. If you also watch The World Beyond, there should be a podcast loaded for that on our channel today as well. If not, it will be uploaded shortly. I'm pretty much loading these up back to back. But we're kind of excited. We're pretty damn excited because we both actually really enjoyed Fear the Walking Dead last night, which if you listen to our channel, you know is a nice change of pace because we hadn't been enjoying it this much since like part of the beginning of Season 4. And then afterwards, you know, we just got so bored with it and we talk about everything but Fear the Walking Dead. But JP, you enjoyed it. And excuse me, I'm adjusting my mic, which is very old and creaky. You really enjoyed this too, right?
Oh, dude, I loved it, man. It really felt like a spaghetti western, man. I love the bounty hunter, Josiah LaRue. I'm not good with the Cajun names, but yeah, dude, it's just from the first scene where the dude's spray painting the side of what we don't know it is. Kind of felt like the start of an episode of Breaking Bad, you know. And then we have that scene with the bounty hunter dude around the campfire cooking the beans. It felt like for a few dollars more or something like that. I loved it, man.
The secret is Tabasco sauce.
Yeah. Oh, man.
That was a pretty badass kill, too.
It was, dude. I mean, just bam. That one badass axe for sure.
I think my only regret, which then again, Fear has a bad habit of, The Walking Dead in general has a bad habit of dragging some stuff out. So maybe it is good they went ahead and killed him off. But I kind of would have liked to have seen the bounty hunter stick around just to be like this. You know, we learn a little bit more about him. You could really, from a writing standpoint, create this character you kind of start liking. I mean, I guess one could argue they've already done that with Negan. But I like yourself. On the other hand, and I say like yourself because we were talking about this before we went on cut on the mic. But I am glad to see Morgan just whack his head off, though.
Yeah, dude. I mean, like you, I would love to have seen him throughout the season. And I think that was one of the coolest parts of the episode. We're going into this pretty much like, all right, this is going to be like the big baddie of season 6. And then by the end of the episode, you're like, oh, man, maybe not. And I mean, that's the kind of like shot to the guts the show needs to really bring it back.
You're exactly right. So it probably is a good thing that they killed him. I mean, like I said, part of me wanted to see him as a villain, but like you said, you thought he was going to be a main villain. So when he chops his head off, you're like, oh, okay, well, damn. But yeah, I actually really enjoyed this episode. I'm trying to think. So one thing I didn't get, because I did have to get up and go pee, and I wasn't, thinking fast enough to press pause. But so when when she had her baby, I mean, how many days had Morgan been out for her to have a baby and somewhat bury her husband? I mean, was that all supposed to have been overnight? Like she pushed a baby out and then drug her husband after he was, turned to die, however, and then buried him under all those rocks?
Yeah, I was kind of trying to figure out the timeline too. So, like Isaac delivers her baby after the throwdown with the bounty hunter Josiah, dies. Patches Morgan up, dies, and yeah, she covers him with the rocks and has the baby. So I guess maybe like the day after, like he patches him up that night. Maybe Morgan's pretty much out of it, like for the most of that day, I guess. I don't know, man.
I do like the end. Morgan Jones is dead. Now there's only Cowboy Morgan.
Yeah, I know. I wish you came up with a good handle, like, you're dealing with Hondo now, honey.
You've used your last haul, pioneer.
And that's another kind of cool thing. Now he is kind of like the man with no name. You know? He's kind of like Clint Eastwood from those movies, which is really cool.
Hopefully he's going to move past this all lives are precious bull crap.
I think that's over.
Yeah, but I mean that's what his character needs to not be so stale. Like this perfect balance of like he will kill you if you mess with him, but at the same time he's not just a murdering psychopath like he was when he found Eastman. You know, he's kind of a good balance. I mean, you mess with him, you gonna catch the stick. Which he dropped that stick and grabbed that axe. So I mean, is the stick done, you think?
That's what I was wondering, man. You definitely didn't see it in that last shot. At least I didn't notice it if it was there. So
I hope he reunites with Rick. Morgan, what you got there? It's my axe, Rick. Like he completely changes his voice too.
Yeah.
I'm Cowboy Morgan. Boom, big reveal.
Yeah, man. It would have been cool to have seen like he made like a little crucifix with his stick and put at the grave of that Isaac dude. You know?
Yeah, that's a good point.
That's what he should have done.
You notice they sell sticks that look just like that at Walmart.
They really do.
Like hiking sticks. I mean, which I usually prefer a trekking pole more so. Like, I like the hiking sticks, but the thing about the trekking poles is they have the pointy end, so it kind of really, you know, if you get on rough terrain, it'll stick in the ground and kind of help you maneuver, whereas the wood sticks are a little flatter on the bottom. They're good for more flat trails, just for support. But I thought about getting one.
Just to feel like Morgan.
But they look just like Morgan's. They have a little swirl.
Yeah, I like the sticks for my one hiking trip, but I like the sticks just for the aesthetic of it. Makes me feel like Gabrielle from Xena, the Warrior Princess.
Oh, yeah, you feel like a freaking pioneer or something.
Yeah.
Speaking of which, man, Virginia, I want to just be like, get your ass back to the boys. What are you doing? I wonder if this is like a dystopian future after the boys where because, that's the same girl from the boys.
Yeah, right. Yeah, it's I'm really
I just don't care about her as a villain.
Yeah, man, I hope they have more antagonists than just her. Like I was telling you, it'd be cool if there was just like that bounty hunter had a twin brother, and we just see him come back, but he's got a mustache and a different colored hat, and maybe instead of an axe, a different signature weapon.
I don't know why when you said mustache, it made me think French. He's like, ha ha, I am LaRue number 2.
Dude, that's perfect. It'd be kind of like City Slickers. You remember, like, City Slickers 1, Curly dies, and then the sequel, Curly has a twin brother that just no one knew about.
So. I'm here to avenge my brother.
Yeah.
No, I really enjoyed that character too, though. I thought, I apologize, I don't know the actor's name that played him, but
yeah, me neither.
I thought he did a really good job. Like, he really definitely, it's crazy. I feel like he's left his mark on the show, and he's only on for one episode.
I know, dude. That was such a badass episode. Just his head in that box. I mean, jeez Louise.
Yeah, it was pretty tense too when he was talking to him outside of that little that place wherever Morgan was like laid up in. I really thought dude was gonna sell him out and be like, he's inside.
Yeah,
but
it was awesome. Like Isaac, you figure he's going to be around for the whole season, but nope, got bit. From the get go of the episode, we just don't know it.
He got bit.
Got bit, baby.
That's like Morgan asking Rick in episode 1 of The Walking Dead. Did you get bit?
Yeah.
With Isaac, it's like yes. But I really enjoyed this, and I'm not going to lie. I came to find myself not really wondering as much what the other characters were doing because I was enjoying this so much.
Yeah, man.
Now, how the hell did injured Morgan get all that crap up into that water tower?
Yeah.
I mean, I like to think some of it was already up there.
Right,
maybe
like he found somebody's crib.
Yeah, or like maybe he, I'm sure it I like to find logic with it, but, like logic in the sense of maybe some of the stuff was up there, maybe because, with one arm, how do you pull a mattress and climb?
Yeah, and he said like somebody found him and patched him up. I wonder if maybe they like left him in that water tower, which then hauling like a carcass up a ladder that wouldn't make much sense either.
Old Josiah just ripped that damn tower down.
He won't playing, man. No, he won't playing.
Tied it to the truck. Morgan shot him in the damn arm. Like, what are you doing, Morgan?
Yeah, shoot
him in the damn head. Then he put his head in the box with Morgan Jones. That was pretty badass.
Oh, dude, that was great. That was great. It's just, man, I almost wish we could have like a prequel series just about this bounty hunter. It's kind of like the Old West back when they would be bounty on like scalps and stuff.
Oh yeah,
you know,
like how did he become the bounty hunter?
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I really thought he was going to be like the main baddie for this first half of the season at least. I mean, and I was just kind of hoping. I mean, I wouldn't be offended if they just forgot about the what do they call it? The pioneers, the pilgrims, whatever.
Yeah.
I kind of was just hoping they would just. I mean, like I wouldn't be offended if they just forgot about them, and then everybody just slipped out of their little neighborhood and was like, "Oh yeah, we did fight some people called the Frontiers." Yes, they were boring, and we don't talk about them. Yeah, man. I hope that the rest of the season follows this momentum. I was watching, and you might have too. I was watching the episode before this one. I guess the finale.
I did, yeah.
It was not good.
Yeah, man. I think I was so in and out of that episode, I forgot about the wedding. Like it was pretty much I was watching it for the first time, more or less.
Yeah, and it was like some stupid old tropes, man. Like Alicia getting her little muffler dagger back from Strand is like, are you sure you're ready for this?
Yeah.
Yes. Oh, shut up, man. We've seen Carol and everything. It's like, this is the same old, I don't want to kill anymore. I'm not ready to be that person. Bullshit, man. Come on. Quit rehashing crap. Alicia was a badass. We don't need her to go through some freaking moment of clarity, where it's like, I should, which she don't, I don't know why I'm giving all these people Southern accents because they don't have them, but, I shouldn't be killing anybody anymore. I don't know why now she sounds like a Southern dandy.
I don't know. But.
I shouldn't be killing anybody anymore. But yeah, no, I really enjoyed this one. I really liked the whole like lake thing. I thought that was pretty badass because like we have a lake, right down the town over from where I live, and it's a huge man-made lake, and you always hear like stories of how there were. Things that were built that they left up and there just wasn't no point of tearing it down. And, this one, once the lake was drained, all that was still there. It was pretty cool.
Yeah, man. It's the same one about an hour north of us. It was the same deal. And they said back in the day, you used to could actually see, like, if the lake got really low, like chimney tops still from where, there were still houses down there.
That's so wild. It's so eerie.
Yeah, man. It really is.
I mean, just like fishes chilling under the water, got their own house.
Cow on the roof of a barn.
Yeah. That poor cow.
Yeah.
But no, I enjoy. I mean, it really. I'm now wondering, because I didn't see it I didn't think they showed episodes from next episode. They showed scenes from this season of Fear the Walking Dead. So I don't know exactly where we're going next episode.
Yeah, dude. I hope we're not going to not see Morgan for like an episode or two.
Yes, let's be with Alicia. She basically plays the role of a much younger Carol dealing with this. I don't want to kill anyone anymore.
Yeah,
but people
man.
keep making me kill people.
I think next episode will really let us know if this season's going to like be it or not.
I was bummed. I saw a preview for some show and Madison was in it.
Oh, really?
Kim Dickens that plays Madison was in it. And I was like, well, I guess she's not coming back to Fear anytime. Which, I mean, some people do. I mean, you got Virginia's also in The Boys and Fear the Walking Dead. But,
that's possible.
But I just, a lot of times, it seems that if they're in something else, they're not coming back.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't know, man. Like I said, I think we'll definitely know what kind of tone we're going to get this season when we see next episode. If it's just a standalone and just this little town where Alicia's trying to fit in and Strand. I'm wondering if Strand's going to kind of get the Eugene treatment. Like, he doesn't really like Virginia and them, but he's got it so cushy, it's kind of hard to, like fight for his people. I don't know.
Yeah, maybe.
But, I mean, he said, he told Alicia the season 5 finale, it'll be, or whoever he told, I think, was it Alicia or Dan? I think it was Alicia. It'll be easier to fight him from the inside,
Yes.
Do more damage from the inside, which he does a lot of damage on the inside from what I understand.
Victor Strand does damage whenever Victor Strand wants to do damage.
Joke. Doing damage on the inside.
Butt sex.
Yeah.
Oh, you're just jealous because you can't get that Strand butt sex. If you're new to the podcast, JP has been pining over Victor Strand. Even though JP, a straight man, has been pining over Victor Strand for like the last 2 or 3 seasons.
Oh, dude, I'd take a pass for Victor Strand, man. He does get me revved up. That was one bad thing about this episode. If I could say there was no Victor Strand
or Daniel.
Or Daniel. Yeah, I love Daniel as well.
I don't think you want to do Daniel. That's your problem.
No, I'm not sexually attracted to Daniel. But Victor Strand, man, that's another story.
Victor Strand's voice brings all the peas to the yard.
It's something about men with that kind of like Patrick Stewart, man. Again, not but just that voice melts.
You'd
me.
give it to Patrick Stewart?
I'd have sex with a younger Patrick Stewart.
Okay, I was to say he's old. You would hurt him.
He still looks good for his age, but yeah, it would have to be like a early, like late 80s Patrick Stewart.
We were watching a football game prior to this, and I saw there was a commercial with Patrick Stewart and Mark Hamill.
Oh, is that
together,
right?
Yeah. Pretty interesting.
Yeah.
Two sci-fi icons together in one commercial.
Yeah, man. I've been loving Patrick Stewart. I don't know if he's still doing it. I hadn't been on the social media as much, but he's been reading like a Shakespearean sonnet every day since the pandemic started.
Yes. And I have to really listen to Patrick Stewart do an impression.
That's not the start of a good Patrick Stewart.
That's more of Sean Connery. I will sit right here.
Getting closer. But
no, that's Sean Connery. What did he say? Every once in a while, your woman needs a good backhand. Like, whoa, there's Sean Connery.
Did he really say that?
Yeah.
I didn't know if that was
domestic abuse, my man. What's wrong with you?
Oh, wow. Yeah,
I mean, this was a different time, no doubt, which doesn't excuse it. But even in that different time, I don't think that was acceptable. You know what I mean? I think past like the.
I was gonna say, unless this was an interview from like 1959.
Yeah. No, this was, yeah, oh yeah, look at that. And don't quote me. That's paraphrased. But yeah, Sean Connery said something to that effect of like, every once in a while again, you have to give your woman a good backhand.
I was just like, damn, I thought you were talking about like an SNL sketch or something.
I shit you not.
Okay.
Meanwhile, I'm going to shit in this chair. Oh, back to Fear the Walking Dead. I mean, only thing about this one with just such a linear story in this one, you kind of run out of as much to talk about. Let's talk about Morgan and the way he looked like a freaking wild man. He was really looking like Morgan in the comics right before he died. Because remember, in the comics, he had his hair was all mangled and he had the beard. Just kind of had lost his mind. Because Morgan in the comics and Morgan in the show were two totally different people. Like leaps and bounds different. So he had that wild. I guess what was he have blood poisoning or something? Is why his eyes are red.
Yeah, man. I guess just that gangrene kind of setting in. I hope they had some pretty heavy duty antibiotics after they pulled that bullet out.
And why were the zombies ignoring him? Just because they could smell his funky.
I think he just smelled like death. That's like they want a fresh meal.
Like that's the wildest. So like all these people stinking. I mean, it's just because he had that infect. That's gross to think. If he had a bullet in his arm and that was getting infected, that's nasty to think it was smelling so strong.
Yeah, I've never smelled it myself, but I've heard that like gangrene is just, it's like almost like roadkill. It just, you stink of death. I mean, it's kind of like, remember Robert Baratheon on his deathbed,
Yeah, so that was the deal. A lot of people were thinking maybe Morgan's now immune or whatnot. So they're just saying Morgan in this episode just stank so bad. The zombies were just like, no, screw that. I'm going to go get some fresh.
Yeah, had the stench of death on them. But
that's wild. Yeah, that's really my only question that I might. That's the thing, man. I was so tired when I watched this episode. Like I hate that I was, because we had. I wish I had time to rewatch it like today before we podcast about it, because we just had a long weekend and I was already. I mean, I really could have just came home and went to bed before that episode even started. Right. When I watched it, and I was very much enjoying it, which tells you something, because I was sleepy, but I never fell asleep.
Did you watch it in the basement or the den?
In the den. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. I getting ready to put a big screen down in the basement. So once I do, that will be back to thinking about just buying the biggest TV I can find, just making that whole wall. Pull like a Barney from How I Met Your Mother, where they're like, "You don't have a TV in here?" And he's like, "See that wall?" And the whole wall is the TV. Like that's. Yeah. But no, I really enjoy. I mean, so I guess once his wound heals, he'll be susceptible to being eaten by zombies. I mean, that's gross to think about Morgan walking around with pus stank so bad.
Yeah.
That's, oh, God, man. Smells mess me up. Like, I don't know how to explain it. Smells mess me up. I realize I've been desensitized to broken bones and stuff. I mean, I ain't saying they don't make my skin crawl, but I watched watching a Cowboys game yesterday, and Dax, if you watch football, you know what I'm talking about. He came down on his ankle, and his foot was pointed the complete wrong way. And everybody that was watching the game was like, that was in the house was like, oh, God. And I'm just kind of like, that's gross, but I guess I'm getting desensitized to that kind of stuff.
Yeah, that had the same thing happen to the wrestler Sid Vicious at the end of his career in WCW, man. He came down. It wasn't even like a big move. He just came down, and you're like, did his boot come off? But you're like, nope, that's his foot, and his ankle just detached.
Oh.
That had a lot to do with like steroid use, though. They say that I think that weakens your bones or something.
Makes your penis small.
That too.
Does it really do that?
I mean, I know it messes with your testosterone. I think it definitely shrinks your testicles. I don't know if your dick gets smaller. It probably just.
If anything, it make your wee wee look a little bigger with small little boys up under them.
Yeah, I think the main thing is it makes your balls shrink and maybe just like reduces your sex drive, and maybe you just don't get healthy erections.
Ah,
but
interesting.
Yeah.
But no, sorry to get so ADD this morning. I just, like I said, I'm exhausted this morning, man. That's the one thing I'm not digging. Like, we, like JP had said before we got on the mic, we would have loved to have done a live stream after last night's Fear the Walking Dead episode because we loved it. But it's just having to stay up on past 10 until 11 to, when you got to turn around and get up at 4:30 in the morning to go to work. That's a little brutal.
I would really, really like to see them do like The World Beyond at 8, Fear the Walking Dead at 9, and then we could do our thing at 10. But I don't think that I know they can't show that much stuff from 8 to 9. I guess after 9 you can get a little bit more gory and adult oriented. But
or parents could just be more mindful of what their kids are watching.
That's true. That would help as well.
But let us know your thoughts below. What did you think on Sunday's episode, episode 1 of season 5? Yes, right? Fear the Walking Dead. I'm sorry. You got to remember, man, we came from a place where we really just were on the cusp of just not even covering Fear anymore because we had zero interest in the show. We were just coming in going, all right, well, this one sucked too, and going off and talking about other stuff. So, I mean, I'm excited that I really enjoyed last night's episode. So I really, really hope that sets the tone for the rest of the season. If they do the rest of the season like this, almost like you said, like that spaghetti Western feel to it, then I would be digging it, man. Yeah.
Keep the pace up.
Morgan's got a sweet new cowboy hat.
Yeah, dude. He's got that badass axe. He is
hopefully a little less infection stank.
Yeah, man, hopefully he had time to, kind of freshen up.
Well, Josiah kept saying, like, I know you're dying. I can smell it. Like, Jesus, Morgan.
If I was like Morgan, he'd be like, I get it. I stink. You don't have to keep saying it.
All smells, all smells are precious.
Yeah. I know you're going to kill me. You don't have to be rude about it.
Do you think Morgan was really going to let this guy kill him?
I think he was, because, he was pretty much a walking dead man as it was.
Yeah, so you think he was, as long as Josiah agreed to leave those two alone, you think that Morgan was really giving up? He wasn't going to pull anything out,
I think he was I think he was ready to check out.
But you look at what all he's been through. I mean, you can't blame him.
No, you can't.
I mean, he's dying. Well, essentially, he's kind of dying. He's, lost... poor Morgan doesn't even realize Rick has been taken by the CRM.
Nah, he doesn't know anything. I think we join Morgan, and he's trying to do one last good deed before he bites the dust.
And then I just can't wait. I hope he meets Rick again. That's a badass axe. Mm-hmm. I got it from a bounty hunter. Morgan, why are you talking like that? I'm not Morgan anymore. I'm Cowboy Jones.
Oh, dude, now that is a cool name.
Yeehaw.
Oh, man.
Oh, but let us know what you thought. I enjoyed the episode. Sorry I don't have more to say about it, and I apologize for getting so off track. I'm kind of at that. I really should have just been late for work and slept a little longer. I'm fighting taking a nap now, so. But nonetheless, I'm very excited for what season 5 may hold for Fear the Walking Dead. I don't want to get my hopes too high because in the next episodes will just be all about Virginia and her little posse of people that I give zero f's about. But maybe that'll change. Maybe they'll turn them around to being, good villains this season.
We will see.
But we got to rate the episode, remember? It feels like it's been so long since we've, but we have to rate the episode.
Yeah, man, you want to go with a 5-point scale or a 10-point scale?
We used to do a
10-point scale, but we never really went below 5. So then I was like, well, we might as well just do a 5-point scale.
Well, didn't we used to do like 5 stars? Like then we used to do like 5.
Yeah, we varied with our rating system. What rating system do you want to use for this season of Fear the Walking Dead?
Let's do like you were saying. Let's do like the 5 stars.
5 stars,
yep.
Okay.
All right. I'm going to put my fingers under the desk, and you put them down, and on the count of 3, you pull them up. 1, 2, 3. Oh, I'm giving it 4. You remember the little thumb trick, right, if I do that? So I gave it a 4.5 out of 5 stars, and you're giving it a solid 5.
I'll give it a perfect 5, baby.
Wow, you really enjoyed that episode.
Yeah. And last week, I wasn't even that kind to the Walking Dead season finale.
Yeah, you weren't.
This one really, really, really did something for me.
And it might help that you and I are both fans of Westerns, so it kind of,
for sure.
It helped. But I enjoyed it. I really enjoyed this episode of Fear the Walking Dead, and I'm hoping it gets better from here because I want to love the show like I did in Season 3 and the first half of Season 4.
Yeah.
Oh, wow. That just makes me really sad then because we're kind of skipping around here. I had to stop and put the disclosure that you heard at the beginning of the podcast because I've been calling it Season 5 this whole time.
If you did, man, I didn't even notice.
That just it makes me sad to think that Season 5 of Fear the Walking Dead, I disliked it so much that I don't even remember it.
Yeah.
Anyways. But I'm really excited to see what Season 6 of Fear the Walking Dead holds because I definitely think that this is a great way to start it out.
As do I.
Yes. All right, well, we'll see you soon. Our Walking Dead World Beyond Episode 2 will be up shortly, if not right now. So hopefully you'll check that out. In the meantime, I'm Justin.
I'm JP.
And we're the Podcasting Dead. Check out our Patreon.